Hi, I'm Jenkins, and this is week 33 of Reflections. Hope everybody's had a good week here. I know I had a better week than last week, I'm happy to report. I noticed I had improved self control and better awareness really throughout. I'm reading that book, Power of Now, and a main theme in it so far, I'm in like page 80 or something like that, but main theme is like to stay conscious of yourself at all times. Like, I know it sounds kind of weird, but it's really helping, I think. It's good advice, and I've been employing different things, uh, different tactics to make sure I don't lose touch with that. I need to stay intentional and focused, throughout the day and not just let myself run on autopilot, which has happened quite a bit in the past, and that's what leads me into trouble. Also, I did play a lot of Magic this week, but 90% of when I did play was at an event at the store. And I did attend an event on Saturday, which was my first draft event, which I got second place in. So, not bad. It was so much fun. And I'm really happy the way I handle myself overall during the week when it comes to Magic. Last week, I was very adamant about making a change, and I did just that this week. It's definitely an improvement over last week. There's still room for improvement, but yeah, I'm really happy with the way it went. I was much more intentional in the time I spent. I didn't necessarily have like a timer going off and I'm like, well, okay, you're done, but I was very careful to make sure I didn't overdo it this time. So let's have a look at the spreadsheet for this week, shall we? And I know this is probably the most boring part of the video these days because ever since I started this challenge, all my numbers look the same because I've been consistent. And you know, I'm still in it. I'm still here, still standing. And this week, like I said, it was just better than last week in so many ways, and I felt better overall, better place mentally and physically this week. Although there were a couple days where I felt just physically singed, when I got home from work during the weekdays, but I powered through it. Not really exceeding too many categories here. I did do some longer meditation sessions and whatnot, but really nothing too crazy. But it is an improvement over last week, which I had a 7 in. So I'm going to give myself a B this week, an 80 or 80%, whatever you want to call it. I think that's fair because in the background, I'm just happy with, making marginal improvements here and there. But there still is room for improvement. And a B is very respectful. 8 out of 10 is very respectable. And I think that's what I deserve for this week. So let me know in the comments if you disagree, but it's not going to change my rating for this week. I think I went up a production level. I think it was at 42. Not 100% sure, but yep. And 6,500 points saved up, so that's enough for 3 days off. I'm going to need more though. Well, maybe my vacation shouldn't count. I don't know. But there you have it. That is the spreadsheet. I was under minutes on screen time, and I had this idea where maybe I could start putting my Magic time into the screen time category, and I think I might do that, but not yet, and I'll explain why. So the reason why is because I currently have thought this out a lot, and I have a conflict of interest right now, and those conflicting things are: one, I want to spend more time on my productive tasks here, namely music production and piano and guitar practice. But then with MagicCon coming up next month, exactly a month to the day, actually, I really, really, really want to give it my best. Like, I'm going to be in this event with 2,000 people in it and, $100,000 in prizes. And it's not about the money, but I just really want to do my best to, I want to do my best. Like, it's kind of a big vacation for me a little bit. I'm putting a decent amount of money into showing up there and everything. So I want to make the most of it, and I want to do my best, show up with my game face on, and really, I just want to perform the best I can. And in order to do that, it's going to take some preparation. I need to study. I need to do my homework before I go to the event. And I noticed that that's kind of what I want to be doing right now. instead of piling on extra time in like music production and whatnot right now. But this is just, I want to be clear, this is just for the next month. After MagicCon, there will be no reason at all for me to, no good reason at least, to pile on more time in Magic the Gathering. So it's just kind of a mini obsession of mine right now, but I just really, really want to see what I can do with this event that I want to go to, and I think it'll be a lot of fun, and I'm really excited to figure out how far I can go in it. So anyway, so that's that. And yeah, I've been taking naps too after my meditation sessions, and I don't know if they're good or bad in the long term, but I just feel like a burnt orange when I come home from work sometimes, and I just need some way to just recharge physically and mentally. So I do a meditation session, and then I sleep after that. Separately, I sleep after the meditation, and that seems to be working pretty decently, especially since I've been only getting like 6 to 7 hours of sleep on average. So that's kind of been where it's been falling, unfortunately. But yeah, so I guess the sleeping situation should be worked on as well. So I'm gonna try to I will get 7 hours of sleep this week moving forward. Let's do that. And then next up, need to stay conscious, need to stay intentional on the things I'm doing. I would like to practice awareness, continue to practice awareness, which I have been doing, and it takes a lot of work. It's like, your mind wanders and whatnot, but the more you practice staying present, and the more you practice your awareness of what's going on around you using your senses, the easier it becomes, and the longer your span will be that you can be in that realm, be in that state of consciousness, I guess you could say. So that's the goal. The goal is to increase that, and I guess it kind of helps you increase your attention span as well. So it could be good for becoming a better listener, becoming, I don't know, just becoming a better person. I think really it has a lot of upsides and very few downsides, if any. And also, we got just 2 weeks left of the challenge here all of a sudden. Just over 2 weeks, actually. But I'm really happy with the way it's gone so far. I've surprised myself in many areas, and I've somehow came up with ways to still feel like I'm underachieving in a lot of ways. But looking back, I really am pretty happy about how the challenges went so far. But it's really given me a lot of, like, I brainstormed so many ideas of what I want to do after the challenge is over, and like what I can take from the challenge, and what I want to keep doing from the challenge, and what I want to take out. But really, life is a challenge in itself, so it's not like the challenge is going to continue in some way, shape, or form. It's just not going to be me doing 2 workouts every single day. It's going to be more like I'll do a few 3 to 5 workouts a week, and that'll feel like a cakewalk after what I've been through here. So I think I'm gonna keep a lot of these same tasks on my daily to-do list. Really, I think I want to really. And the thing I do want to change, though, that I'm thinking about, is I want to, instead of requiring myself to do like this much of this, like all these different tasks, I would rather have certain days of the week where I don't, where I don't do like my charts or something. I don't I don't focus on that so much, and I just put more time into my music production category and get longer sessions established. I think that would really help me move forward. And right now it's just I need to get these things done. And I really, I just don't really want to commit too much time to all the categories because I have so many other things to do. I think I calculated out earlier. It's like, I have to commit 3 hours of my day just for the challenge alone. Like, and that's the minimum. That's like the bare minimum amount of time. 3 hours during every single day, on top of working, 8 to 9 hours Monday through Friday. It really is, it's something I got to work with, So just something to think about. But yeah, I think think that's almost about it. But I did want to say too that I've been thinking about it quite a bit, and this Magic card game that I play, and video games, TV, drugs, they all have something in common, and that is if you do too much of anything, I guess really, it can be bad for you, and especially for me because my personal goals and aspirations do not involve me, playing Magic the Gathering. I want to do other things, that require a lot of time and dedication and practice to get to the level that I want to get to. And therefore me falling into this time sink, of high dopamine activity, it's working against me in the long run. But in the short term, it feels great. But that's the dangerous part about these activities is you can get carried away with them, and you have to be really careful of how much time how much time and resources you commit to them. And that goes for anything. Like I said, it's really it just really comes down to what your drug of choice is, and right now mine happens to be Magic the Gathering. So I know people use these things to relax, and it takes, you have your attention focused on them, so it takes your mind, it takes your thoughts away from your normal daily life, your problems that you're facing. So it's another one of the reasons why it's so enjoyable, is because you know you're not thinking of the things that are stressing you out, that you have anxiety over, or the things that you care about a lot of times that you should be working on. It takes your mind off of that because it's difficult and your brain doesn't want to work that hard usually. So another dangerous aspect to them that you got to be aware of, and all the more reason to keep your focus and attention on the present and what you really want in life. So with that, I bid you all farewell. No compromise. Let's go.